One of the most fascinating and interesting things about a tokusatsu series, rightfully so, is its effects, let alone the
henshin, henshin,
There's so much variety, it feels like every series has its own uniqueness to bring with these, 10-second scenes? They can be so short, but every single time a show gets to that part where you know it's about to go down, it is on. I don't know, I've always been big on effects and animation and everything. I mean, I'm an animator myself, so I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite things that come with these transformations. Number 1, stock. There's a certain charm that comes with these, and I mainly remember Power Rangers introducing me to them. And every single year we get a new series because, see, when I was growing up, we ain't know what no Super Sentai was. We ain't know what no Japanese Power Rangers was. We just knew that there was a new Power Rangers every year. We ain't know what was gonna be next. We were like, oh, is it dinosaurs? Is it robots? We didn't know what was gonna be next. I mean, freaking when I was a kid, I was watching RPM on ABC Kids, and I was like, oh my god, what are they gonna do next? Are they gonna do? I mean, they already did dinosaurs. They already did robots. They already did police. They already did a Lost Planet. What could they possibly even do next? And they did that. I mean, that's besides the point. These are always so cool to see, whether it's the train rails attaching to the Tokyuger's helmets, or the RPM Rangers speeding down a virtual highway, or even something as iconic and simple as Ultraman's signature rise. Not to mention, I'd imagine they're really good cost savers as well as great ways to transition from location to location without having to explain how and where they got there in that time. I mean, how many times have we seen someone get punched so hard that they crashed right through a warehouse that was nowhere even near where they were actually even standing? And it's always that same warehouse. You know what warehouse I'm talking about. There's always that one warehouse in Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and it even shows up in Power Rangers too. There's that one warehouse. Number 2, on field. Oh yeah, here we go. Now while we have stock transformations, we also have the scenes that happen on the field in real time. Kamen Rider's definitely been doing this for a good while now. While Ultra and Sentai don't seem to have these as much, it's so nice to see when they do on these occasions. It's like a little gift. Go Busters, while having stock morphs of their own, did however use on-field morphs primarily for the series. One of the coolest things about these scenes is that since they do happen on the spot in real time, even though the series is fiction, it feels more real in a sense. It's hard to explain. I mean, like with stock morphs, it's like, alright, they're really neat, and we also know that like that's happening in its own space and time. Like, that's not actually happening in that space. You guys remember that episode Dino Thunder Bully for Ethan, where Ethan was getting bullied by that one guy, and the monster came and he couldn't transform because he was around all these different people, and Kira was like, oh my god, I gotta morph. You really expect me to believe she went behind a pillar, said Dino Thunder power up, trying to be real quiet, and she pressed the button, started backflipping into some volcanic rock, and then started yelling with this giant yellow dinosaur flapping his wings, fire going everywhere. I actually want to believe that happened because that would be really funny and strange. That would throw everything off. This makes for a lot of good new opportunities and possibilities for creativity and interaction with the surroundings, which leads directly into my next point. Number 3, interaction. While it's happening, I swear it feels like there's nothing cooler than seeing something from the transformation actively shooting down the enemy. When the effects interact, mess with, and even upset what's going around in its surroundings, it adds a level of polish to the scene. Fourze did this really well just about any time Gentaro pulled that lever. You can visibly see everyone around shielding their eyes from the light and even trying to keep themselves from being blown away. Kyoryuger would also have moments like this as well, when the Rangers would pull the triggers on the Gabu revolvers and the Dino Head would fly around this audience in the summer movie before returning to form the suits. It also helps when what's used to form the suits and the power-ups as well have somewhat of their own character, like the Aura Parka from Kamen Rider Ghost, or pretty much any Parka from Ghost, for that matter, you know? Or the gamers from Kamen Rider XA. Things like this don't always happen, and at times it does feel like they're outright forgotten, but they can add so much to the scene even with how short of a time it would take up. And lastly, the sounds. I cannot tell you how many times as a kid I would look up morph compilations, roll call compilation videos, like from Power Rangers, and then I got older. And that's when I found Kamen Rider really started to use voice clips with henshin devices with Ryuki, continued through Faiz and Blade, and although skipping Hibiki, they became more consistent starting back up with Kabuto and leading up to now. Super Sentai seemed to hop on this train with Ghost Sagers. Gotcha. 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 What was the point of this bit? I don't think there was a point to this bit at all. Even Ultra started giving it a shot when Ultraman Ginga rolled around with the Spark Dolls, which after being scanned by the spark would let out a These voice clips and the changes add so much identity to not only the device, but the hero themselves as well, becoming extremely recognizable, repeatable, and just very catchy in general. I challenge you to watch any episode of O's and not sing along with the driver. I know you will, because I do all the time. It's literally impossible. Or you could just sit there and watch the show. But I mean, that's no fun at all. We all have a favorite henshin jingle from a series, and while it's ridiculously difficult thinking of one from the genre as a whole, one that always gets me hype is
Let's go! Go, 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 Stone!
So, as you can tell, I just really like transformations. I really do. I just wanted to do a video like this because there's such, it feels like there's such small things in terms of a show, but they add so much, and I just like talking about things like this because I never really get the time to otherwise, so it's definitely really fun. What is your favorite transformation from any show, really? Leave it in the comments below, I'd love to hear it. As well as your favorite henshin jingle too, because there's a lot of them. I remember Mock from Drive, the Mock driver had a really cool voice that I love. So yeah, leave it in the comments below, and I would definitely like to look at them and see what you guys are saying. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, check out some of my other videos. I'll probably put links right here, or not, I'll probably forget. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.